And there's a few reasons I want to go back to Panama. The kids there, they really impacted us the first time we were there. Just kind of hanging out with them, just letting them know that we're there, that we care.
When we first arrived in Santa Catalina, the kids were actually chasing after our car down the street. The kids love having tourists come through, have someone come to their town and see them. We would walk down the street and just have a crowd of kids following us. Wherever we went, they were there. They wanted us. They wanted to be with us. They would grab your hand. They just wanted to feel loved from anywhere they could.
The dental care down there is pretty much non-existent. They don't really have toothbrushes. They don't know how to use them. That was kind of something we noticed the first day we were there. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna try to explain dental care, take toothbrushes. We've got a local dentist that's gonna try to go with us. So we're trying to raise money to get him down there with us.
Houses were nice if they had a floor, if it wasn't just dirt. Everyone was living in a one-room house. The roof was made from anything they could find, sheet metal, even leaves in some places. And probably 90% of the houses didn't have running water. They would use the stream, like a stream behind the house to wash clothes, to bathe in. We heard stories that people from Europe, even some Americans who had moved down there, they referred to the locals as dogs. They wouldn't be seen with them, they wouldn't go to the same places. They would kind of stay in their section of town and just not deal with the locals. So you could tell it was a big deal when we came through, and we would hang out with the kids, we'd talk to the locals, just kind of try and hang out with them and see what their day-to-day life was.
So the two missionaries that are down there now that we're used to working with are Jordan and Lindsay Guy. They went to school here at UNCW, so they're from North Carolina. They've been there now, I want to say 3 years. They first got there, spent 6 months to a year in Panama City, kind of learning the culture and the language and helping out with the local ministry there, doing some of the stuff with Christian surfers out of a place called Casa Paraíso. But their vision was to help out one of the main churches in Santa Catalina. And they, one of the leaders had asked the pastor there, what can we do to help you and what do you want from us? And his first initial response was full-time missionaries. So they sent Jordan and Lindsay out, and they've been out there now for 1.5 to 2 years. They've got a really good rapport with the families, with the kids. Jordan's actually got a really good rapport with even some of the traveling surfers coming in. Really good surfer, but really just an all-out heart for God, really a strong heart for the kids.
Neither one of them have paying jobs. They're both down there doing whatever they need to for the locals, working on the church, kind of showing them ways to help out around the house. So any extra funding that we get will go straight to them. They rely totally on donations from people back home. They come to the U.S. and spend time just traveling to churches and showing them pictures and telling them about what they're doing to raise money.
And what they do is they still run the kind of like the Sunday school for the Sunday service with the kids. Jordan, on a daily basis, is at the church doing manual labor, working, and then whatever the pastor needs him to step in and do. And I know Lindsay's still trying to reach out to some of the women in the area, which is probably the toughest job. They're the ones that seem to be the most closed off to people coming into Santa Catalina. For our trip last time, there were 3 of us that went, and for $2,000, that handled everything we needed. It handled travel to the airport. It handled our plane tickets. That handled actually even taking power tool down to Jordan and helping with food and supplies while we were there for them. So, everything was really efficient. We were, to the T as far as the money we raised and the money we used. And so it was really well spent. What I'm thinking initially this trip, we're going to try to take anywhere from 8 to 12 people. So I'm just kind of taking, $2,000 for 3 people, and just kind of like maybe tripling it. So maybe anywhere from 6 to like 10 grand is what we're really hoping to raise, just because that would allow us to do a lot more while we're down there.
We're going to be new on this trip. We've heard what Chris and Jason did last year with just helping the kids out and showing Panama, just showing the locals what can really be done through Jesus, and just what good people want to do. So any financial aid would be great, just because we want to experience that and open a new door in our lives.
The more capital we have to kind of bank on, the better, the more stuff we'll be able to accomplish. Supplies down there for building are so cheap, so that's another thing we can do while we're down there, is just take cash down there with us. buy the supplies we need for the church or any of the houses that we're going to try to work on. Power tools are way cheaper here, but you still have to pay for the travel on the flight because they add so much weight. So that's another reason we want to raise a little more. So we're hopefully going for $6,000, $10,000.
Hey guys, I'm going on the trip to document everything we're doing. I'm going to take a camera down there and just film whatever we're doing to bring it back and spread the name of Sun House Missions down there. So any funding you could give us would help. Also, if you want a DVD of the final product, just let us know in a letter or something. And you don't even have to donate, and we'll send you it. We just want to really spread the name of Sun House Missions down there. And like I said, any funding would help. Like Chris was talking about, we're not just trying to fund our trip, but also fund the mission down there. So anything would help, guys, really. Thanks.
I don't care just where you go, as long as it's with me. And I don't mind just what you do, as long as it's with me too. Get old, but the way it unfolds, I'm a little garçon in my head with a little feet that's stuck in bed. Well, I get told to never get old, but the way it unfolds, I'm a little garçon in my head with a little feet that's stuck in bed. Well, I get told to never get old, the way it unfolds, I'm a little garçon in my head with a little feet that's stuck in bed. Oh, I get told to never get old, but the way it unfolds, I'm a little garçon in my head with the little feet that's stuck in bed.